morning. Welcome to Audrey's Southern Cooking. My name is Nita. How are you doing? Great. Today is something I dearly love to make. Well, let me rephrase that. I dearly love to eat it. And I have had requests already this year for this item. But I want to show you one recipe and how versatile it can be. What are we going to make? Cheese balls. Oh, this is so good. Okay. So this recipe calls for 8 ounces of cream cheese. So that's 2 blocks. So I have my stand mixer here. We're going to go ahead and put that in there. All right. So now we have 2 in there. I'm just going to take my flat beater. And we're just gonna let this go for several minutes and let it get light and fluffy and creamed really well. So I'll see you in a few minutes. All right. So as you can see, it's pretty light and fluffy. I'm gonna take my rubber spatula. I'll scrape this off here. Anytime you use that. Now, if you have a hand mixer, you can definitely use a hand mixer. The reason I use the stand mixer, of course, as you know, this is all I have. Now what we're going to do is do a basic recipe, and then I'm going to show you additives. Okay, so it calls for 3 green onions chopped. Okay, so now this does call for like 2 teaspoons or well, a teaspoon of Worcestershire. You know, it calls for, I'll put the recipe at the bottom, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder. We're gonna have a dash of salt. And it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. It also calls for parsley and hot sauce. I don't eat hot sauce. I don't eat parsley. So I'm not putting any of that in there, and trust me, it'll be fine. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm just gonna turn this on just a second, let that kind of mix in. Let me get my cheese ready, and then we'll come back in just a couple minutes. All right. Now I just let this go a couple minutes. Just mix it up. That's all I was doing. I'm all about making it easy as best as we can. So I have a Colby Jack. I'm gonna put, it calls for 2 cups. So what I'm gonna do is this is more of a finely grated. I'm gonna put one of those, and we're gonna add a cup of sharp. I'm sorry, I like sharp cheese. And it's not really that as finely grated, I would say, as the other one. Whoops. If you wanted to chop it just a little bit to make them a little bit smaller, that's fine too, but just remember, it's going to chop it up some when you're mixing. Oh my God, that smells so good. It's a little bit bigger. Now remember, this is just a basic recipe here. And what I do is, if it doesn't look like it's got enough cheese in it to me, honey, I add more cheese. Don't be scared, this is your recipe. We're just gonna mix that up. Now look at that. Look at how beautiful that looks. All right. I'm just gonna take a little bite here. Whoops. See how that looks? Okay. I went ahead and crumbled up my pecans. And what I'm just gonna do is, I'm gonna do kind of a small, because, you know, only because we're trying to do only because I'm trying to make several ones. Now what I would normally do is take that recipe and probably half it and have 2 cheese balls out of it. You know what I forgot to get was a bowl to put it in. So as you see, it kind of makes a little bit of mess, but I'm just gonna put this in the pecans. We're just gonna roll it around. Now, normally they're in balls because they're cheese balls. But if you want to make a cheese log, and make it into like a loaf, like a bread loaf, you could definitely do that as well. And there you have it. You can keep rolling it in there until it just won't hold on in any more pecans if you want. I didn't get any saran wrap, so let me grab that real quick. All right, so I got me a little piece of saran wrap. Just gonna take my little ball here. I'm just gonna kind of twirl it around, and there you go. We're just gonna let that sit in the fridge. And that's one cheese ball. Okay. I took my bacon and chopped it up, and then I separated cheese here, and then I got a little bit left in here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm gonna add different ingredients, and I'm gonna add jalapeno to one, and I don't want to contaminate the other ones. All right, let's take this bowl, and it's about the same size as the other one. I'm taking some powdered ranch dressing. And since I'm not making a whole cheese ball, we're just gonna eyeball it and do a taste test. So I'm gonna put about, I don't know, a tablespoon in there. You do this to taste. If you're gonna make little small balls, this would be great for gifts. If if they're coming to your house, or if you're going to someone's house or making a basket and you wanna do like a variety of cheese balls, this is a great idea. But taste everything and make sure that you like that taste. So again, this is just my basic recipe that we made. I put about a tablespoon of ranch, and I'm gonna put a good heaping little pinch, which is probably gonna be about a half a teaspoon or about a teaspoon of bacon in it. If you wanna add more onion, add more onion. You wanna add hot sauce. My boyfriend loves ghost peppers, so if you wanna add like ghost pepper in here, if you know somebody who eats that, just be careful not to give it to somebody who does not. Let's scrape this out. I'm just gonna roll it around. And I'm gonna put it in my bacon. You can put pecans on it. You could put, if you like parsley, if you don't want parsley in it, you can put parsley in a bowl. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands, and we're gonna roll that one in plastic and put that one in the fridge. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So I chopped a little bit of jalapeno because there's just a little cheese left, of course. But I chopped about, I don't know, a half of a jalapeno. And I was looking in the refrigerator trying to find another idea for this last cheese ball, because we have just enough for one more after we do this, what's in here. But I did find a little bit of liquid smoke, and I thought I'd put a few drops in there. And he has this as well, habanero, because he's out of the ghost one. So I thought I'm gonna put a couple splashes of that in here with this with this jalapeno and bacon bits. And then we're gonna roll it in these pecans. And he's gonna get to try that one. And you won't get to see it, unfortunately. I'm not gonna taste that one. I'll be glad to taste all the rest of them. So, I'll go ahead and I chop this up pretty small. Again, remember, you're gonna take bites out of it. My bacon. Put the rest of that in there. So we're gonna shake this up good. I'm gonna put a couple splashes. Shaking up his little hot sauce here. Habanero hot sauce. It helps to have you paddle. I'm just gonna put this down, and we're just gonna stir it a minute. Incorporate all that together. And before I roll that one, we're gonna move on to this one. Let me get this chopping board out of the way. So what I decided to do with this one is I chopped up a little green onion. I'm gonna roll it and the green onions. Not using the hot sauce, but I am going to put a little bit of liquid smoke in this one. So just going to take a splash or two, 3. And so this is just a basic cheese ball here with just, I'm going to add a little liquid smoke to this one. Just to give it a little bit of a smoky flavor. What I'm going to do, take a little bit of ranch. Not as much as I did the other one, I just want to add a little. I mean, we already have a plain one. So I kind of want to do this. And the reason I'm doing this one before I roll that one is because I don't want to get jalapenos on my hand. Even though I would wash it first, still. All right, that's good. A little bit of a ranch, a little bit of smokiness. I think you've created a whole new cheese ball right there. So first we're gonna roll it into a cheese ball. See, it's kind of sitting here for a minute, even though it's only been probably half an hour at the most. It's getting a little soft. We're just gonna roll it in these onions. Look at how beautiful that is. I know it's kind of a mess right now because it's sticky. And it probably should have been in the refrigerator for a little bit, but it's gonna be all right. Taking my scoop, or my scraper rather. And we're just gonna put it in your hand, just like this. This smells smoky, so it smells really good. And again, we're just gonna roll it into a ball. Or if you want to do a log, you can do that. My pecans. So as you roll it over, kind of press the pecans into it a little bit because the cheese is getting soft. The cream cheese is starting to get soft. I'll put that there. Now what I'm going to do is wash my hands, and then we're going to close these up, put these in the fridge, and bring out the first one, and we're going to do a taste test. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So what we have is our first one we did. This is just the basic recipe for the cheese ball rolled in pecans. And this one is the one that has a ranch in it with a little bit of bacon on the inside, but it's rolled in bacon. But they need to sit longer in the refrigerator just so they'll get like harder. You want them to be harder. But that's okay for a little test. Already tasted them earlier, but still, they just took a little chunk out of it, nothing huge. And this is the one with the ranch, with a tiny little bit of bacon inside, but I rolled it in bacon. But you don't have to put it on the inside, especially if you're gonna roll it. That's gonna be good. Now again, I divided them up into 4, just to do 4 little ones. You could do one great big one if you're having a big party, or you could do several like this size. That way they have flavors, or just make more. I mean, it's not hard. You saw it took me, I would say 15 minutes, but I don't really think it's gonna take 15 minutes to mix it all. The chopping is what's gonna take longer. To chop your vegetables, chop nuts if you're gonna put nuts on the outside, or you can buy the nuts that are already broken. And all you have to do, take a Ziploc bag and like a meat tenderizer, that little hammer it, and it breaks them right up. That's what I did. All right, let's raise the camera. Well, I appreciate y'all coming today, and we learned how to make simple cheese balls. All right, thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day. Don't forget to support my channel. Share the videos with your friends and anyone else. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That helps me a lot. My subscriptions are getting up there, but I have to get to 500. I really need that. and I need 4,000 views, and right now we're almost at 3,000, so we are almost there. If y'all could just, like I said, share it with your friends, ask them to subscribe, help me get my subscriptions up, and hit that notification bell. You don't want to forget that, so that you'll get notified when we have videos like this coming out. Uh-oh, my lights just blinked. All right, I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a great day.